Alright guys, welcome to this video. This is John from freedomboundbusiness.com. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create an LLC for your Kindle publishing company in Wyoming or any other state of your choosing. Now before I get started, I do want to give you a disclaimer. This is not any type of legal advice. If you have any questions, of course, contact your own lawyer. This is solely based on my experience of recently forming an LLC. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Let's first talk about the benefits of an LLC, or why you would consider even opening one as a Kindle publisher. So the first one is that you get tax advantages. So you can write off any business expenses and your business gets taxed on its income solely on its own. Of course, there are more details to that, but that's the overall gist of it. The second benefit that you get from an LLC is that you now have a business entity. So you can actually create a new account with this business entity, and this will separate your personal account from your limited liability account. That's really self-explanatory there, and you might know of some reasons why you would want to do that. The third one might be the biggest one here, and this is legal protection. This is, for example, if you, for whatever reason, chose a keyword and a copyright infringement occurred. For example, let's say you decided to take the keyword Tony Robbins, and Tony Robbins' legal team comes at you and say, hey, I want to sue you because you have been getting all of this money off of my name. Now that's in an extreme case, but totally possible. Some people, if you take their trademark name, they'll send you a message saying, hey, you have this amount of time to take it down. But some other people might just straight up sue you, and that's when your personal finances and your personal assets are at risk. And now we're not doing anything illegal, we're not trying to do this, but it's always good to have this as a backup. An LLC will shield you from any potential lawsuits. That's the gist of it when it comes to legal protection. Now, let's talk about what state to form your LLC in. Of course, right off the bat, you can do some research as well. I suggest that you do. You don't just want to blindly copy what I'm telling you here. I actually did the research as well. But to form your LLC, there are some states that are just more advantageous to form in. Wyoming being one of them. It's actually the birthplace of the limited liability type company or business entity. So that's where most people form their LLCs, even if they live in a state like Florida or any other state in the country. Alright, so there are some requirements when it comes to creating an LLC, and I'll let you know of them right now. Number one is a physical address in the state of formation for your actual business, and there's a few ways to get this. The first way you can get this, of course, is renting out an office or an apartment that you can actually say this is the location of my business. That's quite expensive, but always doable, I guess. Another way is to get a virtual office. This usually costs roughly around $50 per month, and that'll give you an address in the state of Wyoming for your business. The third way, and the way that I did it, was actually get a UPS mailbox that acts as a physical address. Okay, so that's not like a PO box. That's not what the state of Wyoming, for example, would want. They don't want a PO box, but a UPS mailbox will actually be accepted because they have a different system, and that costs anywhere from $50 to $100 per year to upkeep. You could do your own research on that depending on which state you want to form your LLC in. Number two here is a registered agent with the state of formation, a physical address for them. So you need someone to handle the paperwork, or someone who can get the paperwork delivered to, and that person needs to have a physical address in the state of Wyoming or whatever state as well. Now this registered agent could be a family member, it could be a friend, from my understanding, but they need to have a physical address. Okay, so that's number two, and you'll understand why I'm telling you these requirements in just a few minutes. But before I do, let me tell you the two services that came up that I had to choose between when creating my LLC. So I had to choose between Wyoming Registered Agent Services LLC or my new company, Startups Made Simple. I ended up choosing my new company, but I did want to make you aware of this other service as well. They handle the same type of process, but my new company is the one that I eventually went with, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this too and the steps that I took on their website right now. Alright guys, we're at my new company here. We're going to go to start a company and click on this button. And then go to Limited Liability Companies. We're going to be redirected down here. Click here. No, it's this one actually. You can form an LLC right now, and you want to order it now. So you're ordering an LLC company. I just think this is really cool because back in the old days, you would have to actually do all these phone calls and paperwork. We're just going to do Wyoming for example purposes. And this is why I told you about the requirements. So there's different packages here. Let me explain those requirements. For all of these, it's really easy. You have these little question mark bubbles if you don't know what they are, but you will need, I'll tell you right off the bat here, the articles of organization, all these paperwork forms that you would have to do if you didn't go through my new company. You would have to do it. They take care of it for you. By the way, I did choose the entrepreneur package, and this is where the registered agent service comes into play. This is what we talked about per year. If you don't have someone in Wyoming that can handle your paperwork, or in the state that you choose, if you don't have someone there with a physical address, then you'll most likely want to select this option. It's $100 per year, but they handle the paperwork for you. So what else is there to investigate here? The virtual office. Do you have a physical address for your company? If you don't, like I said, you could either rent out a physical address or use a UPS mailbox option, or get this virtual office, which is a price of $50 per month. So if that's something that you want to do, then you would select this button, of course. But what I did, I just did the registered agent at $99. I chose the standard business day filing speed and the free e-delivery right here, and then I clicked order. So for $400, you're getting your limited liability company started in the state of Wyoming. Now, this is the page that you're going to be redirected to once you click that order button, of course, and this is just really self-explanatory. You would just follow the instructions here and choose a name for your LLC, an alternative name, the business purpose. This can be short actually. The business address, okay, so wherever you decided your business is going to be in. Apartments and homes are okay. Registered agent, of course, this will be checked off depending on your situation. And members, here's the question mark bubble. This will help you throughout this whole filing process, and you get your federal tax ID here. And once you've filled all of this out, you can always click on save and review, and then you're done. You'll be getting your LLC company document in about 2 or so weeks, and you'll get a nice folder, a nice binder, I should say, an elegant binder with all of your paperwork, and you also get digital copies of those paperworks for your LLC on your My New Company dashboard, which is excellent. One last thing before I leave you here. My New Company's contact us or customer service is incredible. I've contacted them through email and through phone support. They are excellent in both. I prefer phone and talking over the phone. They answer all of your questions, and if you have any questions when you're actually filing out that LLC form and ordering your project or your package, I should say, then they take care of you really, really well. Like I said, these guys will take 90 to 99% of the work out of the equation here, and then you just have to fill in the here and there. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful. This is how you can start your LLC for your Kindle publishing business. This is John from freedomboundbusiness.com. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I will talk to you guys soon.